So the question is, Loom Network, is it dead? And any thoughts on that? Yes, we do have any thoughts. For those who don't know, I was an investor in Loom Network back in 2018 during their private sale. So it was a project I was bullish on. It peaked at an all-time high of about 10x and got onto Coinbase, got onto Binance, and even I was surprised. So for those who don't know, it was going viral on Twitter that Loom Network is dead. And let me pull up the post here. So there was an article on Cointelegraph talking about this. So the founding team. So here's the article. It looks like the Loom Network has thrown in the towel. This is by Benjamin Pires. So it goes on to say that this channel is now closed. Loom Network has pivoted from blockchain games to enterprise. Therefore, we've decided to consolidate our public channels so our staff can focus on enterprise sales, support, and outreach. This was from their Telegram group posted on May 9th. Then somebody also had a Twitter thread talking about the project being dead. So I did reach out to one of the founders, James. James was the person I dealt with. I had a chance. He's the one I also interviewed on our channel 2 years back. Excuse me. And he told me he left the company last year, and I was shocked. I mean, I didn't really know he had left, but he told me essentially that the project or the other founders wanted to pivot towards focusing purely on enterprise because whatever they were working on with I guess retail or consumer wasn't really working. So they wanted to shift the business model, and James wasn't really on the same page with that, so he left last year. And then this year, based on the news, it looks like the other founder, who was the main founder, I believe, Matthew Campbell, has also left. Actually, sorry, I'm not sure if he's the main founder. I know there were 3 founders. So based off of that, 2 of the founders have left. So it looks like there's just one other founder left on the team. Don't quote me on that because I haven't delved deep into this. But according to this, it seems they haven't really met their goals. The space has gotten crowded. It's been tough being an altcoin, especially in crypto. But I think they've still done well. They've still executed. The staking was not well received. I know a few people did pitch me the staking. Some providers did pitch me the staking service. That didn't really pan out well. The ROI and the lockup just didn't really make much sense. So that's why we never got involved with that. But according to James, who I spoke with via Telegram, they haven't really... The project is not dead per se. They're just switching business models. Now, the question remains to be seen whether the new business model of focusing purely on enterprise will have a utility or use case for the token itself, the Loom token. If the new business model does not use the token, then yes, the token is basically dead. RIP, as we say. But if it does still use the token, then the project is not dead. It's just that they're pivoting to a purely enterprise-based business model. Now, what is concerning is if that's the case and they're shutting down all public communication channels, then how are current token holders going to really have any insight into what's happening with the project? I think that definitely is something to be concerned with. But with that being said, I think we just have to wait and see. I currently don't have any Loom Network. I sold mine, as mentioned before, a while back. I think either 2018 or 2019. Well, actually, most of my Loom Network was hacked. So, I mean, somebody else sold most of it. But the few that I did have left, I did sell that a while back. But, I mean, with that being said, a project we probably like better now is Matic Network. It's kind of doing the same thing. It's trying to make dApps on Ethereum scale better, and Matic has a lot more. I think I would say it has a bigger community now. Coinbase were also investors in Matic as well, Coinbase Ventures, so definitely check that out. But I mean, it is crypto. At the end of the day, anything could happen, and we've seen even good projects either run out of money or just shut down, or just anything can happen. So always remember, when investing in crypto, even when something is very good, when it seems like it's a home run, there's always risk involved. And I think the best way to really sum it up is by this famous story from Howard Marks. And it goes something kind of like this. There's a horse bettor who's betting on a horse, and this horse is racing against nobody. It's racing against itself. All the other horses forfeit or quit. So all the horse has to do is just finish the race. So this guy thinks it's a slam dunk, it's a home run. There's no way he can lose. He goes out there and he bets the house, the farm, everything, his life savings on this, because he's like, this horse is not racing against anybody. It just has to finish the race. It's going to win. It's a slam dunk. So the horse race begins, and halfway through the race, the horse jumps over the fence and runs away, and ends up not winning. And the guy just gets wrecked. He capitulates. It's basically the worst day of his life. And it's pretty ironic because that came from something that looked so sure, so certain. But it just goes to show you that there's always risk in everything you do. Even when something seems like it's 120% guaranteed, there's always a risk. That's one thing I learned myself from taking the Series 65 Investment Advisor exam is in everything you do, there's always a risk. Even the risks you can't see, whether it's in crypto, whether it's project risk, founder risk, liquidity risk, political risk, currency risk, market risk. So there's risk in everything you do. So you have to factor that in. Even when something looks perfect, there's always a risk involved. So when it comes to Loom Network, I mean, it's definitely unfortunate. So curious to see what happens next. Hopefully there's more news. But I think I'll probably be cautious and just kind of play a wait and see approach. But what do you guys think? Do you think the project is dead? The token is dead? Do you think this new business model will work out? Let us know down in the comments below.